and on Facebook. Yeah, well, the major thing that's kind of really prompted me coming live is because of the African Cup final. Well, the African Cup of Nations final between Senegal versus Morocco, which is happening tomorrow, and Morocco just Senegal just raised alarm over the treatment they are getting from Morocco, and it's really not a fair one to them. And I really think it's, to me personally, I feel it's not a nice experience. Why I feel so? Because the fact that Morocco happens to be the one hosting the Nations Cup this year, they should have it in mind that they will not be the one to host it next year. Yeah, because among the requests that the Senegalese have made, the alarm they have raised, they said that lack of security, and I think it's not really a good one. Yeah, because they can, at this point they have gotten to the final. Even at any stage, you know, they are strangers in your land, and you are the reason why they came to that land, because you told Africa, the whole of Africa, to come. Yeah, you told the whole of Africa to come to Morocco, that Morocco is ready to host them, and everybody came to Morocco. Now you are not providing the security that is needed for Senegal, and the Senegal, they just made they raised an alarm that they are not being treated fairly. Yeah, and I really think it's not good, because one of the things they said is lack of security on arrival in Rabat, that when they got to Rabat, there were no security. Yeah, and it's not really a good one for them. It's not really a good one for them. When they got there, the feelings wasn't really a good one. While the other one was low standard of accommodation. Yeah, low standard, that the accommodation that they gave them was a low standard one. And that, if you could remember, let me take your mind back to what happened when the Super Eagles went to Morocco for the CAF FIFA World Cup playoff. And you all know that there was one time Iwobi made a video, and the thing went viral when he was stating the poor state, talking about the poor state of the Morocco accommodation. Now, due to that official complaint, that it led to a new hotel. Yeah. So while the other one, the alarm that the Senegalese are raising right now is that Morocco have not given them access to training facility. Yeah, that they have been denied access to training facility, that Morocco have refused them. Morocco national team, FA, have refused the Senegalese access to training facilities, and it's not a good one. This is not a good light for African football, I must say. It's not really a good one. So they said that the Moroccans have refused them access to training facility, and despite them writing, their requests have not still been granted. Yeah, that their requests have still not been granted. So that's not really a good one for them. They need a place to train, and it must be provided. And secondly, that the Moroccans don't want to give sell tickets to Senegalese. And if you know, that's the same thing that the Moroccan did during the semi-final against even against Nigeria, against Senegal. They refused to sell tickets. They refused to sell tickets. So Senegalese are complaining that they have refused them of access. They have refused Senegalese access to tickets. So if you look at the population in Morocco versus Nigeria, you'd notice that over 50,000 Moroccans were there, and the rest were Nigeria, and they will separate them so that their voice will not be heard. And it's not really a good one for our football. This football, everybody must be given a level playing ground. They must be given a level playing ground. It becomes hostile when you are using playing the cold. This is becoming a cold war. And you know, these are strangers. For you to host a Nations Cup, it shows that you are telling the whole of Africa to come, that you will give them a level playing ground. How come they are all in there? Even to sell VIP tickets to Senegalese, you only gave them just one. And now in category in sale of tickets in the first category, you gave them just 300 tickets. Just 300 tickets. That's what you gave them. While in the second category, you gave them 850 to 1,700. That is, if you calculate it, it's not even up to 3,000 Senegalese It's not up to 3,000 Senegal fans in that big stadium. So the FA, Senegal FA, they are complaining that the number of Senegalese that are in Morocco are more than the numbers that they are giving them. And to me, it's not fair. And again, they are complaining about the ticket, the yellow card of Diarra Severi. That yellow card depriving that guy from playing the final is not a good one. That it should be reviewed. So I think it's not really a good one. They should not. I've been among those cheering Morocco. I've been hailing them and I've been saying that they really made us proud. But if this kind of news are coming of no level playing ground from both teams, I think it becomes a worrisome event. So Morocco must open up for every team, give them level playing ground. This is an AFCON final for crying out loud. This is an AFCON final for crying out loud. You have to create a level playing ground for all teams. So the Senegalese are complaining bitterly that the Morocco, even giving them access to training facility. One thing you must have in your mind is that you are Morocco. You guys are the one hosting this Nations Cup for now. The next Nations Cup will not be hosted by Morocco. So if you guys are treated the same way you are treating other Senegal right now, do you think you will be happy? That was the same thing that Nigerians were complaining of. Morocco, even Senegal complained of this same thing when they got to the semi-final. You create a level playing ground. You can't have 20,000 Moroccans to just 2,300 Senegalese. It's not a fair one. And you need to give them adequate security. How can they drive 250 kilometers? There is no security on arrival. That's a big insult. That's a big insult and a threat to their life. What if they are being attacked? Because you know the emotions of fans are high. They can come, they can create a scene, they can attack these players. So why can't you create and provide adequate security? Why can't you create adequate security for them? So I really I like I like the infrastructure, how they have prepared, how everything is going. But I'm truly not proud with the turnout of events right now. I'm really not proud. Look at the accommodation you gave to Senegal. Look at the accommodation. Mentally, this is a mental war. You want to defeat them mentally before the game. You first of all, but the most painful part of it, I'm not even bothered about the accommodation. They can get their mind off that. But grant them access to training facility. Access to training facility. This is okay. Now they wrote to CAF. CAF is like CAF are even playing a script out here. They wrote to CAF and CAF is even yet to reply. So let me know what you think about the game. What's your expectation on tomorrow's final? Yeah, do you think that Senegal are going to have a chance against Morocco, the host nation, or do you think that Morocco stand a chance against Senegal? Let me know what you think. The game, to me, I feel the game will be an interesting, highly intense game. Tomorrow it will be a very tight game at that, because both teams are technically sound and they have some good crops of player. Yeah, you know, the likes of Brahim Diaz, the likes of Hakimi, they have the likes of Sadio Mane, the likes of Nicolas Jackson, the likes of Eduardo Mendy. So they have good players. But let me know what you think about this final. Do you think that Senegal stand a chance? To me, I feel it will be a good one for me. It will be a good one for me if Senegal emerge. It will be a good one for me if Senegal emerge. I wish Senegal to emerge, because truly they have impressed us. They have impressed me personally. Yeah, they have impressed me personally, and I think I'd want them to win. Yeah. Health is wet, my brother. Please take care of your heart. Thank you very much. I know health is wet, but you are deviating from the conversation right now. Yeah, we all know that health is wet. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. But that's not the conversation on ground right now. Yeah, that's not the conversation on ground right now. Yeah, maybe if we are to do our test, maybe you discover that maybe I'm as clean as a Billie Jean. So that head is wet too, bro. Thanks. So, but for now, I think Morocco need to create a level playing ground. Yeah, they need to create a level playing ground for both teams. They need to create a level playing ground. Look at what happened against Nigeria. Look at look. So it's just as if this just like it's just as if Morocco. I don't know what you guys are planning. Yeah, I don't know what Morocco are planning. If you don't want us to play, just tell us that you guys just don't want us to play. But if you want us to play, you create a level playing ground. You create a level playing ground. Yeah, in as much me personally, I know that Senegal will win. Me personally, and I wish them to win because I hate people being oppressed. Morocco are just bullying the whole of Africa. You guys are bullying everyone. You guys are bullying everybody. This is football. In the spirit of sportsmanship, you create a level playing ground. Yeah, if you win fairly, you win. Don't try to make to destabilize. How can you play a final with a team and you are not giving them access to training facility? How can you get? Because why I'm saying this is that was the same thing you guys did against Nigeria when Nigerian women, the Nigerian Falconers came. That final that they played against Morocco women in the final. That was how you guys. I'm not insulting Morocco. Morocco is an African, I know, that represent Africa. I'm not insulting them. Like, I'm a fan of Morocco, and I've been among those advocating that I like the way the tournament was hosted. But when different complaint is coming out, you are left with no choice but to speak out. So this football, we are not talking about politics here. In football, you create a level playing ground for both teams. That's what I'm saying here. I'm not arguing if Morocco is Africa, they are not Africa. So we are one Africa, but it needs to reflect. They think they are better than the rest of the country. That's the truth. That's the truth. I'm not taking that stance if they think they are better than the rest of the African nation in the continent. But what I'm saying is, when you look at what is happening, go and check Senegalese, the Senegal official website. You see that their FA, they are complaining bitterly. African brothers and sisters, we have all no hatred or racism towards them. No, this is not a matter of racism. This is not a matter of racism. This is a matter of not providing a level playing ground. If the Senegalese are complaining that they drove 250 kilometers, and there was no security on the way for them, that shows that it becomes an issue of concern. If the Senegalese are complaining that they were not granted access to training facility, that becomes an issue. Then if the Senegalese are complaining that they were not giving, that you guys are hoarding tickets, that you guys don't want to give them access to tickets for their fans to come into the stadium, that becomes an issue. So I'm not talking about racism here. I'm talking about the lack of fair play, the lack of fairness. That's what is my problem here. There should be a level playing ground. Access to equal ticket. It might not be equal ticket. Senegal will accept defeat if Morocco will accept defeat if Senegal win. Congratulations. No, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Even if Morocco win, I want to tell you that it was not fair. Morocco, they have brilliant talent. They have been playing well. Technically, they are sound. But if this turn of events is happening against Morocco, I will still speak out. I'm not speaking out because of Senegal. Neither am I speaking out because I was affected directly. But we are talking about how can we promote African football. How can we promote African football? That's my major aim. Mind you, the next AFCON will not be hosted by Morocco. So if Morocco are treated this way, hope you will be happy about it. If you would not be happy, injustice to one is injustice to all. If we are preaching one Africa, then it should reflect. To sell tickets in a stadium, in a final versus Morocco, you have not even given them access to 5,000 tickets. for Morocco Senegal FA to be complaining that the numbers of player of Senegalese in Morocco is not even up to the ticket you guys gave them, then it becomes an issue. Morocco, there is no difference between us and them, because Islam urges us to treat them with kindness and love. Yeah, that's where I have issue with religion. That's where I have issue with religion. Sport and religion have no two things in common. Sport and religion have no two things in common. Give them access to facility, training facility, because they will not be playing against a well-trained Morocco tomorrow. Give them access. We saw this played out against Nigeria. That's what played out against Nigeria. It's a script, and you guys are trying to repeat the script. Just that the problem is that we are crying out loud. You guys are trying to repeat a script. This is a final. This is not a club football where you have the right to oppress one team. This is a national football, for crying out loud. Even from the access, this thing, why I'm surprised that people are complaining right now. Go and check the access of Morocco giving out ticket, visa for people to come and watch. Though it was visa free, yeah, but the procedures of getting those visas to Morocco, there was a time that it became a very strenuous one for people to access. So it is a script. That's the same script you guys played out against Nigeria, and that's the script you guys want to repeat against Senegal. This is football, not politics. The spirit of sportsmanship, you give everyone a level playing ground. I'll give Senegalese access, give their national team access to training facility. Give them good accommodation, give them good security. Okay, what will you tell me about what happened against Wabali, Stanley Wabali, the Nigeria, the Super Eagles goalkeeper, where his hand towel was stolen by a staff, a Morocco stadium guard staff? Is that not criminality? Is that a level playing ground? When you know that we are playing a match against Morocco, the Super Eagles were playing against the Atlas of Lion, the Morocco national team. You guys went and stole the Stanley Wabali hand towel. Is that a level playing ground? The last one, it was light. You guys were flashing laser light on people. So you guys are not really, though the stadium, the facilities, they are all good. You guys are really trying, but please, this is final, and the world is watching. That's why people like Jimmy Carragher, they are having mouths to play down on AFCON. Yeah, racism exists all over the world. We shouldn't generalize about everyone because of one racist. Yeah, no. I've not come to the point of talking about racism. Yeah, thank you for all you have been saying. I'm not, if you really understand me, I love Morocco. Yeah, so I'm not even talking about racism here. I'm calling out a section of Morocco, which is the FA of Morocco football, the Morocco football. I'm not talking about them. I'm not even talking about racism. I'm talking about a script that they are playing out. I'm not adding any racial sentiment to it. I'm saying they should grant access to Senegal. First of all, they demand training facility. They should be granted access to training facility. They should be given adequate security. Their fans, these are very important. Their fans, that Morocco should sell tickets. They should open up their tickets for fans, for Senegalese to buy tickets. They should stop holding the ticket and selling it only to people of North African, because that's the game. And this is not the first time. Whenever North Africa hosts any Nations Cup, issues like this always play out. Issues like this always play out. So I'm not talking about racism. I'm talking about level playing ground. This is a football, a World Cup, a Nations Cup final, and you guys told us that you want to host it. that we should come. We are there now. We are this is the final. If the stadium, this is how they do it. If the stadium happens to be 100,000 capacity, because the host nation we have more players. Because the host nation we have more players, what you do is that you give out at least 60,000 to the host nation, or let me say 60,000 to the host nation, or 55,000 to the host nation out of the 100,000 capacity. Then you give out 45,000 to the other nations that are coming both from other countries. That's how you do it, because the host nation must be on advantage because they have more population that will be grazing the stadium. Yeah, but not in this case where you are issuing category A of the stadium. You gave Senegal 300 tickets. Category B, you gave Senegal 1,700 to 2,001 ticket in a stadium. In a stadium. Haba. Heads of Africa high before the world. Morocco raised the heads of Africa high before the world. The West thought that Africa was a continent living in stone age. This is where you talk about politics. Let me tell you one thing. Morocco didn't raise any. We are proud of Morocco. Yeah, we are proud of them. But mind you, before Morocco, the Morocco you are talking about, South Africa have hosted the World Cup. Before the Morocco you are talking about, remember that South Africa hosted the World Cup. So don't talk about just African nations. Like you are not a football fan. You don't watch football. Before you are talking about Morocco raising African head high, this is just CAF AFCON. South Africa that you know. Yeah. I know it's already done, but it's an issue. Yeah, Ghana Daily Vlog is an issue. Yeah, it's already done. It's an issue, but it's not supposed to have happened in the first place. That's the problem. Yeah. So, but this other person that is trying to tell me that Morocco have raised the head of Africa should remember that Ghana hosted South Africa hosted the World Cup. So when you guys from North Africa are trying to belittle those from South Africa, East Africa, and West Africa, that becomes an issue. So that's not the topic here. So because when you guys are in your Morocco, you think that you said that we in the West Africa and South Africa we are living in stone age. It's because you've never left Morocco to visit other countries. Forget what you see in the news. If you go to Ghana, you would not believe that you are in Africa. If you go to Accra, well, these people didn't develop because they want to host a Nations Cup. So just forget about your proximity with maybe the Westerners. Don't think that makes you a more civilized people. South Africa, when South Africa hosted the World Cup, they didn't treat anybody the way you guys are treating your fellow Africans. Why will you? When unless Iwobi raised this concern when we played the CAF World Cup playoff, that the accommodation of the Moroccans were not up to standard. Now Senegalese are saying the same thing. The Senegalese are complaining the same thing. You create a level playing ground. You guys were the one that said you want to host, that Africans should come. We all came. Why are you not creating a level playing ground? You can't be holding tickets. Okay, go and watch what happened against Nigeria. If you watch what happened against Nigeria, you notice that the whole stadium was red. They will just pack Nigeria, pack them, split them. This is football. Football is an emotional game. So if these guys are complaining that you guys didn't give them security, it becomes an issue of concern. Because football is an emotional game. After the game, they can be attacked. You didn't give them access to training facility. It becomes an issue. Why did it happen? It's not supposed to have happened in the first place. So it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. So when you are coming up with stuff like this, it becomes, I don't really like it. Yeah. So Ghana Daily Vlog said, forget those people. No, they are our people. We can't forget them. But what we'll do is that we'll call them out. That's what we'll do. We'll always call them out. Yeah, we'll always call them out. So please let me know what you think about the game. Do you think that Morocco? Do you think 50,000? Do you think that Morocco? Who do you think? Who are you tipping to win the AFCON final? Who are you tipping to win the AFCON final? Let me know in the comment section. Who are you tipping to win the African Cup final against Senegal versus Morocco? Who are you tipping to win the African Cup of Nations final? Let me know in the comment section. For me, I'm giving it to Senegal. Yeah, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section who you think is going to win. Let me know in the comment section who do you think is going to win. So guys, don't think we don't hate Morocco. We don't hate Morocco. We just that we don't like. We are not okay with what happened. Yeah, we are not okay. But one thing, there's one of the requests that Senegal we are pulling out. I'm not in support of that, but because I can't remember how that event happened. Yeah, they were calling that they should take off the yellow card of Diarra. Yeah, that the yellow card of Diarra should be cancelled. I can't remember what really happened, how Diarra got that yellow card, because I know I watched that match, yeah, against Egypt, but I can't really remember what led to that yellow card, and I can't be calling that it should be cancelled. That one is a matter of that's a matter for CAF to look into. But the one I'm after is how these people are being treated. Yeah, my friends are in Morocco. I was supposed to be in Morocco for this Nations Cup. I was supposed to cover it. Yeah, I had everything figured out, my accommodation, but I had a wedding to attend. My very good friend, and I was the best man. So I have to. I just thought it was that it would be good. Yeah, paying that respect to my friend. That was why I didn't make it to the. I didn't make it over to Morocco. So, but my friends over there are telling me how they are not being treated fairly, and you could even see when this guy from DR Congo called out the airport officials when he was talking about his luggage. So well, that's that. I just saw the update and I wasn't really pleased about it, because I think African football should have grown past this stage at this point in time. But so that's why I say let me come live, and this fans vibe, all we do here is football. Time to time we talk about football, we come live and we say one or two that we think in our own opinion, and we let it roll. So but today will be Nigeria versus Egypt, the Pharaoh of Egypt versus the Super Eagle of Nigeria. Like I rightly said in my previous video, if you have watched it, I said that this game will be a highly clinical game. It will be a technical game. It wouldn't be a game of strength. If Nigeria are going to play the way they play against Morocco, they are still going to lose that game. So, but if they are going to play the way they played against the Algerians, they are going to win the game. But because if you are to rightly analyze this AFCON, you'd agree with me that Nigeria happens to be they happens to be one of the best teams in this Africa Cup of Nations. Yeah, they have the quality. When you look at the up front and the defense, you would notice that the defense line after the group stage, the defense line improved, and they didn't concede even up to against Morocco, that they lost to Morocco in the penalty. Yeah, but overall I think Egypt, they also have a decent team, and they still stand a chance with the likes of Mo Salah, who happens to be one of the highest goal scoring African player in the whole of England, of Europe right now. I think with that in mind, it will be a very keenly contested game. So let me know what you think about the Nigeria versus Morocco game. Do you think that versus Egypt? Do you think that Nigeria stand a chance against the Egyptian? Yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'll be here to listen to you. Till I come your way again, I'll be ending the live now. Till after the game, till I come your way again. Blow, this is Fanzvibes.